Hey guys, welcome back to Fix Lab, and this is Fix Lab where we'll learn everything that has to do with mobile application development using Flutter, using Kotlin, using Figma, right? So if this is your first time guy, I really appreciate you for actually coming to my channel, and if it's not your first time, I actually want to appreciate you for coming back. If it's your first time, please don't forget to subscribe, like the video, because it actually helps us to make more content like this one, actually, so that videos like this can actually be created and YouTube can actually recommend that to you again. So if this is your first time, don't forget to click on the subscribe button. If it's not your first time, I want to appreciate you for actually coming. And this is where we actually create this content, and we're actually working hard to actually create more content like this, and I want to see you guys inside. Phil's here again, and today I'm bringing you another awesome UI video tutorial. Today using Flutter as always. So today we're going to be working on something very spectacular. You can see as it is on the screen right now. This is what we're going to be building, and it's a furniture e-commerce application. Very sleek, very beautiful. Like, I can actually agree with the spacing and how the designer was able to actually get this to this point. So this is what we're going to be building on this very tutorial video. Is going to be a kind of a speed code so that we don't spend all the time, because most of my videos right now get into hours, and I want to just intentionally make this one shorter. So you can see how it looks. Explore collections. You can see different multiple icons that you can actually probably use to filter. It's just plain UI. That's why it's gonna be kind of a speed code. Alright, but I'm gonna add some kind of sweet animations to that. So this is what I have so far as a proof of concept, and that's actually what we're going to be building along the line. So if you see what I have, I have different shades of colors. You can see here, you can see that this guy also have different multiple colors, assuming that you're actually scrolling from left to right. Alright, so I have this up already, and I have some multiple chairs, right, in the app running here. By the end of the video, you should be able to learn how to get this guy, and you don't really need to worry about the chairs, because I have that linked in the repository as well. So all you need just to clone the startup branch of this repository, and then you should be able to get going, right? So if you click on this, you can see how sweet animation, how it actually scales and stands, and then you can see how this works. Alright, these are the things you'll be able to learn to do by the end of this very video. Right, so if this is your first time on the channel, don't forget to click on the like and also the subscribe button, and because YouTube actually indicates that we have a lot of people that are watching our videos, but not all of them actually subscribe. So please, if you like what we're doing on the channel, please give us a like. It's very important to help the video to grow, to help the channel to grow, so that other people can actually discover the content, which is also a motivation for us to also keep creating nice content like this. And don't forget to subscribe. Is very, very important. The two things, like, subscribe, and also share to your friends, people that actually like this video as well. Here right now, let's get going. So if you actually clone the repository, linked on the description, right? So you just find yourself in the startup branch. Make sure you're actually cloning the startup branch just the way we normally do, right? If you've watched all our previous videos, you actually know how we do that already. So just click on the link on the repository, on the description, that has the repository that points to the starter branch. You can see here I have the starter branch active, right? So the starter branch have just the bare bone stuff that we need. Just this is what you're gonna have actually when you clone the repository and then run your pub spec, so that you can actually make sure that all the dependencies, we didn't have much dependency, just the regular dependencies that you have when you set up your code. All right, so I've added some things that you might need along the line. The images, we have like about 7 images of chairs. Then I also have the furniture model here, and then I have some few stuffs that I used. I just wanted to take time to explain this, because this video probably is going to be faster right after this. So this is what I did here. This is just like to generate a random ID for the table, for the furniture, right? So we're taking the characters, all the characters available, and we're generating from that particular available characters, right? We are generating kind of a string of length 10 from it randomly from these. All right, so and then we're appending all of them together to generate a particular random string numbers. Just what we would have done if we're using a package called UID, right? Just for me to be able to have a random ID for these furnitures. you're going to see where I used it. Then I also have random colors. The reason I needed the random colors is if you check out the UI, all right, you see that the UI has these what's it called again? It has these particular multiple colors that actually come out when you actually have your background. So if you see, you have this color, and I'm assuming that if we actually have another seat here or another furniture, the color is also going to be different. So that's why we needed to have that color up there. All right, so that's what the colors the generator is going to do for us. So I'm taking all the color primaries and I'm actually running randomly through the length of the colors, and I'm generating a random color from it, and I'm giving it a little bit of opacity of 1 so that I can use that random color each time I needed a color. So that's why if you run the app, like I've showed you in the demo, you actually see that you have. So that's what we're going to be using. And then if you go to the furniture data where we actually use that particular stuff, you can see that I've written some from the model I've been able to generate. Here you can see we have like list of thumbnails. What I'm assuming is that for each particular one you click, you could have multiple versions of this or variants. This is supposed to be like different variants or different views of the chairs, right? Sorry. And then that's what I'm trying to model here. For each particular furniture, there could be multiple variants of the images. And then we'll have the regular image, then we'll have the description, the rating, the price, the name, and then the ID, right? So in the data, I've used that to actually generate all this stuff. So you can see here I'm using the furniture, the random ID, which I'm not using statically because I don't need a new instance. All right, so for each furniture, it generates a particular random string. And then you're going to see where we actually need that because it's important for us to have something that is uniquely identifying a particular model of chair or furniture, so that when we're trying to do animation, we need something like that to keep a track of what that we want to really animate, right? So that's all we have in the basic stuff here. Nothing special aside this very two stuff. So I have that in the model. In the utils, I have some kind of color schemes, right? So I have this image background color, which is just for me to start out. All right, this image background color is this particular background color that we are seeing here, which is not in a long time we're not going to be using that. But see this primary color, active icon color, then also the background color, and then icon backdrop color. We're going to be using those colors along the line. So when the video gets faster, just keep track of all I've said right now, and then you can always slow the video down to capture stuffs. It's just going to be more fast code basically. So that's what we need to do, and if you already have that grabbed, so let's quickly start getting into see what we can do on this one. Like I said before, this is going to be a kind of fast-paced code. So in case you feel left out a bit, you can actually just pause the video or kind of slow down the speed, and you always get the end result in the repository as always, right? So you don't need to worry about that. Just that's how actually this particular tutorial is going to be. So it's going to be more of like a fast code. So let's get started.
into the furniture display tile, right? Because this is what is going to really hold this particular furniture item, right? So it's going to encompass both the names and everything that will have here, the price, the ratings, and the images and all whatnot. So that's what we're going to be working on next. Let's do it. apps runs now. So you can see just have a blank Fixlar furniture screen. So let's go ahead and start breaking it to actually have a face. So the first thing we're going to be adding is we need to add some sort of column, right? The column is going to hold these guys in this order, right? So you already know that if you've been following our tutorials, you already know that this is what we are likely going to do. So let's first of all start organizing that. Okay. I just spotted a small error. If you know the errors that we have when we're actually using multiple columns or rows, and you always want to probably mistaking something for the next one. So here, this row was supposed to close after I've added the search, right? But I was now thinking that I'm still within my column, because my column is where I'm supposed to start my stuff, not in this particular one. So I need to find a way to close that out. So see what's happened is that I'm actually using the size box. All these ones are actually supposed to live outside. So I'm supposed to take this guy out. Let me first of all start from here, because he's pushing out here. So that's the problem. I need to take out this guy. But let me take it out from the menu items. Alright. Including the size box. So I need to cut out this. Right. And then this is where it's supposed to be, this column, not on the row. So here. I'm going to save, and we should have something better. So let's try and run it again and see what we have. Alright, you can see that the problem has been sorted out. So we have our size box. The size box is actually holding this guy like this. It's holding this place. That's the size box with the list view, and the scroll direction is actually horizontal. That's why we can be able to scroll like this. You can see that, right? And then we have it selected through. That's why we have this particular background color, and then this active color, and every other one is kind of that way, right? So we have our search, and then we have these explore collections, just so you know. All right, so we've been able to achieve that first part of this very tutorial. So the next thing we're going to be doing is check our reference again. Let's quickly compare that with what we have. So if you see what we have, so you can see that we've been able to achieve collections and this search, and then we've seen this one. All right, so the next thing we're going to be doing is these trendy collections and this one. So let's get to it. So just right out of the size box. right below the row, let's go down. So right below the row, just but within the column. All right, so outside the row here, we're going to add a size box. So the size box is going to have a height of about 8. All right, and then we need to have an expanded. So because we want to actually let it fill up the screen from, we want to have, check the reference again, we want to fill up the screen from this point forward, right? So size box, let's put a comma here, and then the child of the size box is going to be a list view. A list view, right? And it's going to have children. Yeah, but we need to give it kind of a scroll direction. So let's the scroll direction. The axis or horizontal. So we want it to scroll from left to right, just to be able to reveal this stuff if you're swiping from left to right, right? That's just what we'll achieve there. Let's add cons to this guy. And now comes the sweet part of what we want to do. So if you take a look at our data, go back to the furniture data, you should see that we have like all this data. So we have like a list of furnitures, right? So we're going to put this furniture here. So how do we do that? We're going to go through that list of data. So we're going to do furniture. Furniture data is supposed to actually come from the data, so we might need to import it if it's not available. Furniture data import. Furniture data going to map through that, right? So, and then for each one, we're going to get an item, which is a furniture item, and then we're going to render our furniture display tile. Alright, so I'm going to format. Let me close this guy out so you can see. So I'm going to format so you can see this guy. So we need the furniture photo URL, the name, and then primary color. So if you check, you see that we have, we're going to get the value from the item. So we're going to do item dot furniture photo URL, right? And then the name, item dot furniture name, the price. Furniture price. The next is going to be the rating. Item.furniture rating. So the ID is quite important because we need that for our animation, right? So if you, like I said before, so we're going to be doing the furniture ID. So right here is the on tap. The on tap is how we're going to be navigating into the next screen. So I'm going to do an empty function for now. So I'm going to go ahead and format again to make sure that we have so we have our furniture. So what we're doing is actually in the row. We're going through these items in the row, all right? And we're iterating through the row, and then we're actually rendering the UI, which is this. Let's go ahead and save and see what we have here. So it's okay to actually expect that something's going to probably click. So let's probably rerun this again. Alright guys, so you can see that we have this guy here. So and everything doesn't seem to be right, but we have something visible. So we need to do some touch up. So we need to revisit our the UI. So we need to revisit that particular component. Now, display type component. So the first thing we might need to do is to add here cross-axis alignment. I think cross-axis alignment. Start. Alright, that's for this. Alright, and since we need to take out this one. Yeah, so we have that. Then this one, if you check out the reference again, let's see what we have. Achieve this, we need to wrap this guy. This row is siblings with these other items here. So you can see that we have this column, but this particular row is also supposed to have another row. Yeah, that's the only way we can actually be able to wrap this check price with this one. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this check price with the row. And then I'm going to take the size box and the container inside that row. So it's the container. So I'm going to take it from here to the size box. I'll cut it out. I'll save. Let me see. So within this row, I'll paste it here and let's see. Yeah, so for this, you can see that we have the chair price and this one arranged. If you check out our reference again, you can see that that's how it's supposed to be aligned. So let's fix the icon, the last one, which is the last item, which is the padding here. So I'm gonna probably need to cut out that. So it's somewhere gonna be after this. So and here it's gonna be in this row. So I'm gonna cut out here as well. It's not gonna be in the column. It's gonna be in the end of the row. So after this one, and this row, the outer row, we're gonna save. Alright guys, so that's just what we needed to achieve. So let me probably just go through this again. Yeah, we have our first column. So this column has these siblings, right? And this is the first child, center. Then it has the padding, has another padding. Then it has a row. The row is the sibling alongside that, right? So you can see that this row now has this one and this. So the padding is what holds this guy, and then it has a row. The row holds these two items. So that's what we did. So this row is important because it needs to hold these two items, and then we need another row also that will hold the padding alongside. So this padding here is this guy. Alright, so that's what we did to achieve this. So the next thing we're going to be doing is actually to add the bottom navigation. So if you watch, we have a bottom navigation item down here. So we're going to be working on that next, right? So we're going to first of all create a new screen now. That we, when we tap on this screen, it's going to take us to a new screen. So let's go back here. So inside our screen folder, we're going to create a detail. That will actually be this particular screen right here. we have this on click item. So once you click on this, once you tap on this, once you tap here, we're supposed to actually navigate to the detail screen. So that's just what we need to do. But before, let's first of all work on the button navigation. So the button navigation is what we need to work on right now. So we need to go back to this place and right within the scaffold, right within the scaffold, we're going to do the on click. So if you click on this guy, you click on these guys on top. So we want to navigate to the detail screen. So let's quickly head into the detail screen and add some kind of scaffold. We're going to have app. These bottom bar here. So let's start with that. So right after here, we can just add some navigation bar, and we're going to plug in a button. So I'm just going to do Tina. Primary color, border radius, to all radius circular 20, and we're gonna give the container a height 5 and a width of size your query of text size the width. Alright, so that's all we need for this, and it's gonna have a child of center. Style, text style, color, active, icon color. So that's all going to be for this icon. So let's add a little bit of const here. Going to save and let's see what we have here. You can see we have add to cart, so if you go check back on this, you can see we have that. So let's start adding something basically. So first of all, let's convert this container to animated container. Alright, that's just for us to be able to animate. Alright, so animated container takes duration. Takes duration. So we want to be able to animate this guy in 2 seconds, and then we need to have the initial value. First of all, let's do a little bit of size box that holds this guy, we're going to start adding the text. The text is just going to be this. Expanded in the row. Alright, so we're going to go out of the description. This one, so the colon, sorry, this is going to be here. Expanded.
Thank you so much for staying through this very particular video, and I really appreciate you. If you stay here right now, that really means that actually what we're doing in this channel is very helpful probably to you, and that is why we actually stayed up to this very much. And if you stay here, please don't forget to like this video, share this video, give us a thumbs up, and also subscribe if this is your first time. You can subscribe if it's not your first time. If you don't subscribe, please kindly subscribe, because YouTube says that the number of people that watch a video is many, but not all of them subscribe. And subscription is exactly what helps us to know that people actually get into really like what we're doing. So if this is your first time, or it's not your first time, you've never subscribed to our channel, please kindly subscribe so that we keep making videos like this. And if you see what we've done so far, you can see that we've been able to translate what we saw from the UI into something that is sweet and actually amazing application that have a good user experience. If you check out, the user will probably just love this experience that we actually created here. And one of the key takeaways in this very tutorial is your ability to understand how to make the fields that you actually created in the apps, and that is what we are trying to achieve here by looking at the design reference that we have from here in Dribbble, and then we're able to translate it to something that looks super amazing from my own point of view, guys. And I really appreciate you for staying true on this one. I'm going to see in the next application I want us to complete part 2, which is a particular skill I actually missed out. I'm going to be making that one. So I really appreciate you for being here with this live.